I don't think that's any of your business. Helena Hiskik heard the hostility in her own voice and immediately wished she could suck the saucy retort from the ether and back into her mouth. No offense, she added flatly, only daring to give her father half a glance. Charlie, her father, shifted uncomfortably, sadly in his seat. His fingers curled and uncurled around the steering wheel. They didn't know how to talk to one another. The only reason Helena or Charlie Hiskik knew anything in regards to what was happening in the life of the other had been because of Valerie, wife, mother, deceased. Helena tilted her head into the window, the glass damp and cool against her flesh. She stared absent-mindedly as the familiar scenery of the town she'd grown up in passed her by. How many times, she pondered, had the three of them driven this way home after a day of mirth at the beach? Unbidden, the image of her mother's ashes scattering into the crashing waves below suddenly flashed in Helena's mind. Helena winced, then shuddered. Would she ever be able to go to the old beach again and not see those ashes, blowing in the breeze? Would she ever, she wondered desperately, shake the image of this day, the one before, and all of those leading to her mother's death from her mind's eye? How she wished she could shake her head violently, slamming it against the dashboard until, like an etch-a-sketch, the images were nothing more than darkened grains of sand and despair inside her skull. On some deep level Helena understood she could shake herself all she wanted. But it wouldn't make a difference. Helena's brain was too damned stubborn to ever shake the memory of the things she'd never unsee. The car jolted over a pothole and startled Helena back to the present. Jesus H. Christ. Charlie swore, looking into the rearview mirror as if to ensure they hadn't left the motor in the street behind them. Helena's mother had always been her father's eyes on the road. She closed her eyes and pictured her mother smiling and pointing ahead. Speed bump, she'd exclaim. Her mother had been beautiful. Drop dead, leave your frumpy-dumpy wife, gorgeous. Charlie would often tease when he'd catch Valerie catching sight pleasantly of her own reflection. She'd laugh. Charlie would laugh. Helena laughed. The laughter of their lives died one evening in April when the doctor called outside of office hours. When it went to voicemail, she called again. Shadows, on the scan that shouldn't be there. Tumors. These horrible words disemboweled the laughter and the joy, spilling the engorged entrails into the void. From Helena's peripheral vision she saw Charlie reach out his hand to fiddle with the radio. She wasn't paying much attention when, without warning, the deafening roar of static from the speakers. Helena's hands shot up and slapped either side of her face to block the assault on her eardrums. Jesus H. Charlie shouted, turning the volume.